role is to turn these children into spectacles, not survivors.
Welcome to the Capitol.
You look like you shouldn't be here.
I shouldn't, but I'm your mentor.
A rebel.
We're live!
Fueled with the terror of becoming prey. See how quickly we become predator?
Good luck with that poor little songbird.
Where is she?
It's a mystery. And mysteries have a way of driving people mad.
Hanging
It's the things we love most that destroy us.
Step into a dystopian world where a new Hunger Games tale unfolds, exploring the origin of the iconic event. Delve into the complex characters, political intrigue, and unexpected twists that shape the prelude to the games. A journey that captivates, surprises, and adds depth to the Hunger Games universe. The movie opens during Panem's initial uprising, 3 years prior to the commencement of the Hunger Games. Little Coriolanus Snow, played by Dexter Sol Ansel, and his cousin Tigress, played by Rosa Gotzler, rush through the barren streets and hide when they see a guy consuming human remains. When the kids go home, Grandma, played by Fionnuala Flanagan, the grandmother, greets them and tells Coriolanus that his father, General Crassus Snow, has been killed and that the son is now the heir to the family line. Part 1, The Mentor. 13 years later, the older Coriolanus, played by Tom Blythe, still lives with Tigress, played by Hunter Schafer, and Grandma, hoping to restore his family's name. They are preparing for the 10th annual Hunger Games, for which Coriolanus has been assigned to be a mentor to one of the new tributes. He joins the other mentors, including Sejanus Plinth, played by Josh Andres Rivera, who comes from a wealthy family and is vocally disapproving of the games. Head gamemaker Dr. Volumnia Gall, played by Viola Davis, arrives to introduce Dean Casca Highbottom, played by Peter Dinklage, the man responsible for the creation of the Hunger Games. Since viewership on the games has been struggling, Highbottom tells the mentors to focus on having their tributes entertain the audience rather than win. To his dismay, Coriolanus is assigned to District 12 during the reaping ceremony. His tribute is Lucy Gray Baird, played by Rachel Zegler, who is seen in her district putting a snake down the blouse of Mayfair Lip, played by Isabel Jesper Jones, daughter of Mayor Lip, played by Mark Aidan Gray, after Mayfair made a crude comment. When Lucy Gray gets on the stage, the mayor hits her for hurting his daughter. But Lucy Gray gets back up slowly and starts to sing in defiance. Coriolanus becomes interested all of a sudden. As the tributes are being hauled off into a truck, Coriolanus sneaks on board to try and talk to Lucy Gray. The other tributes, including a particularly violent one called Reaper, played by Demetria Bold, suggest killing Coriolanus, until he reminds them that they will all be executed for doing so. The tributes are set up in a zoo. Lucy Gray speaks with Coriolanus. He finds out that she is a singer from the Coveys, a group in District 12. She also speaks with the camera crew, which is headed by Lucretius aka Lucky Flickerman, played by Jason Schwartzman. While this is going on, Brandy, played by Luna Kays, another tribute, takes a bottle from her mentor Arachne Crane, played by Lily Cooper, who was making fun of her for it. After smashing the bottle and stabbing Arachne in the throat with her broken neck, Brandy is shot by the peacekeepers. Coriolanus comes up with a proposal for Gall to suggest that the mentors send supplies to the tributes during the games via donations from the viewers. When going to approach Gall with this, Coriolanus goes with his supposed friend Clemencia Dovecot, played by Ashley Liao, who claims credit for the proposal to Gall. Gall tests this by putting the written proposal into a vat of snakes that she has been breeding, saying that they do not attack when they recognize a particular scent. Gall makes Clemencia stick her hand in the vat to retrieve the proposal, but she gets bitten and has an antivenom administered before she is taken away. Gall knows Coriolanus wrote the proposal and accepts it. Coriolanus goes on a tour of the arena where the games will be held with Lucy Gray and the other mentors and tributes. Suddenly, a rebel bombardment causes several explosions to go out. Coriolanus is pinned beneath the debris, but Lucy Gray saves him, saving the lives of other mentors and tributes. Coriolanus's perception of Lucy Gray changes significantly as a result. He takes his mother's little mirror and some rat poison while he's at home and gives to Lucy. Part 2, The Prize. As the games prepare to start, the tributes are brought to the arena. The mentors observe from their base along with everyone else in the world. As soon as the tournament starts, a lot of the aggressive tributes, including a young girl named Coral played by Mackenzie Lansing, start eliminating the weaker, smaller tributes. After dodging the assaults, Lucy Gray looks for a place to hide with Jessup played by Nick Benson, another tribute who was bitten by a bat on the train ride there. Sejanus, who knew Marcus from school, enters the stadium covertly at night to grieve for his tribute, Marcus played by Jerome Lance. Coriolanus is ordered by Gaul to remove Sejanus from the area. Tanner, played by Kjell Bruchheid, one of the tributes, tries to assault them, but Coriolanus beats him to death so they may escape. Jessup begins to lose consciousness and tries to harm Lucy Gray. Coriolanus sends a drone carrying water to the arena, where Jessup is startled and falls to his death when the water bottle smashes against him. Lucy Gray laments her friend's passing. Coriolanus dispatches additional water drones to create a frenzy so Lucy Gray can escape as the other tributes attack her. Coral and his partners band together to kill Lamina played by Irene Boehm, another girl, as the games go on. Lucy takes hold of an intact water bottle and inserts rat poison inside in the hopes that Coral or someone else will drink it. Lucy Gray watches in horror and regret as a tiny girl named Dill played by Luna Steeples takes it and drinks it, dying as a result. After finding Dill's body, Reaper grieves for her before assembling all of the deceased tributes and, in defiance of everyone observing, covering their corpses with the capital flag. Shortly after, Gaul assumes command and informs the assembled audience that Felix Ravenstill, played by Amr Hussein, the son of the capital's president, has perished due to the rebel bombing, and the remaining tributes would be executed as retaliation. Although she plans to bring her snake vat to the arena, Coriolanus manages to go to her lab by eluding security and placing his father's handkerchief, with which he had wiped Lucy's tears, inside the vat. Lucy Gray hides in the vents, where Coral and her fellow tributes try to find her. Lucy Gray slips some of the rat poison through the vents, killing one tribute named Treach played by Hiroki Barracloth. After Lucy Gray gets out, the snake vat arrives and breaks open, releasing thousands of snakes upon everyone. The remaining tributes are killed, and Reaper accepts his fate. Coral tries to go after Lucy Gray one more time, complaining as she dies that she could not have killed all the others for nothing. With only Lucy Gray remaining, she begins to sing powerfully once more as the snakes surround her but do not kill her. Gaul initially refuses to declare her a winner, until viewers, including the other mentors, begin to chant for her victory, and Gaul declares Lucy Gray as the winner of the Hunger Games. After Coriolanus triumphs, he is taken to meet Highbottom, who has learned about the handkerchief and the rat poison. As he had previously threatened to punish cheating, Highbottom sends Snow into exile, where he would serve as a peacekeeper for the next 20 years. Part 3, The Peacekeeper. Coriolanus begins in District 8 and uses bribery to travel to District 12 in an attempt to locate Lucy Gray. Alongside Sejanus, Coriolanus starts his training to become a peacekeeper. He finds Lucy in the Hob, a bar, with the rest of the covey singing in peace. She is pleased to see him again. As Coriolanus and Lucy Gray start spending more time alone together, they give in to their emotions and develop a romantic relationship. She shows him the mockingjays, or jabberjays, as well as a Sagittaria flower, also called Katniss. Upon observing Sejanus conversing with a few rebels, Coriolanus discovers that he intends to assist a few of them in fleeing towards the north. He records the talk and plays it back to a mockingjay, before sending it to Gaul. Coriolanus discovers Lucy Gray and Sejanus one night at the Hob, along with Mayfair and Lucy Gray's ex-boyfriend Billy Tope played by Dakota Shapiro, as well as Sejanus's friend Spruce played by George Somner. While they are talking about their escape strategy, Mayfair begins to threaten them, claiming she would use her contacts to get her father to find out about them, just as she did to get Lucy Gray placed in the reaping since they were both seeing Billy. Coriolanus shoots Mayfair dead, and when Billy attempts to retaliate, Spruce kills him. Coriolanus tries to comfort a horrified Lucy Gray before attempting to get rid of the guns. Later on, Spruce is apprehended after being linked to the killings of Billy and Mayfair, and Sejanus is apprehended as well since Gaul overheard Coriolanus's message to her. Sejanus begs Coriolanus for assistance, but Spruce and he are hanged together. Coriolanus then plans to escape with Lucy Gray up north, until he not so subtly lets her know that he may have had something to do with what happened to Sejanus. They stop in a hut as it begins raining, and Lucy Gray tells Coriolanus that she is going to pick some flowers. When Coriolanus goes to look for her, Lucy Gray is nowhere to be found. He finds her shawl and tries to pick it up, only to get bitten by a snake. He then appears to see Lucy Gray running and shoots her with his rifle, but she still manages to disappear from his sight. Coriolanus is further driven mad as the mockingjays start repeating her singing to him, and he begins to wildly fire into the air. Before he gives up and returns to his quarters, he disposes of the guns used to kill Mayfair and Billy. Coriolanus returns to his duties, preparing to be transferred to District 2 until his commander tells him there has been a change of plans. Coriolanus is sent back to the capital since he has received a spot at the university, courtesy of Sejanus's parents, who have no idea Coriolanus essentially doomed their son. After his return, Coriolanus is asked again by Gaul what the Hunger Games mean to him. After everything he has experienced, he acknowledges that his initial perception of it as a punishment for the district's uprising has altered. Then, declaring that Coriolanus's impact on this year's games has altered them for future generations, Gaul starts making plans to transform him into a game maker. Coriolanus meets with Highbottom, who tells him that Lucy Gray's fate remains unknown since her body was never found, so she either died somewhere alone or managed to make her escape. Highbottom then tells Coriolanus that he suggested to Coriolanus's father during a drunken evening the plans for the games. He never meant for it to become a reality, and it haunts him to this day. After Coriolanus leaves, Highbottom takes a drink, only to die after he has been poisoned by Coriolanus. Then, Coriolanus emerges into the city plaza and raises an eyebrow at the statue in the center of the area. The older President Snow, played by Donald Sutherland, is heard stating, "It's the things we love the most that destroy us," just as the credits start to roll. Thanks for joining me in unraveling the intricacies of the recent dystopian thriller. What are your thoughts on the protagonist's moral dilemmas? Which character did you enjoy the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more film insights. Until next time, stay curious and keep watching.